Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. Guys, we got a new one, something we have never had on the show before, and I bought it myself just for you guys. Here we go. Now guys, I'm gonna open this box. This box is from a company called Hero. Now, I have contacted them a lot. A whole lot, in order to get some products in here for testing for you guys. And it's been crickets. Well, considering they're one of the industry leaders in this particular area, I wanted to go ahead and get one of these in here to test, so I bought it myself so that we could test it on the channel for you guys. I will still continue to try to contact these guys depending on how these tests come out, and we'll see what we can do in the future. But you might notice this little black package here. See this? You guys have heard me say a million times that I have got the best audience out there. Seriously. There was one video that I'd done way back in the old days where I took my original Commodore VIC-20. That's not my original. My original Commodore VIC-20, and I converted it into a Raspberry gaming system. So it was kind of like putting the best of new into the best of old. And it kind of hurt me because I ended up kind of dismantling my childhood by taking that thing apart. Well, one of my viewers back then kind of got that. And they sent me a VIC-20, a stock one, to replace the one that was on the stage. Guys, stuff like this doesn't happen to me. This is cool. Oh, wait, it does. Now, I want to show you this, guys. I had no idea what this was when it came in. So I want to show you what this looked like. So, as you can see from Stumpy here, just a regular old black package, right? But check this out. I'm going to read this note to you. Now, this is exactly how this came to me, guys, all right? It said, there's no other little messages here. It just says, I just wanted to say thank you for the Scullies I got with my orders. Okay, that's letting a cat out of a bag, all right? So just know, forget about that part. So if you ever order anything from my site, just forget you heard that. Said I've gotten a kick out of them, and it made me think of this pin kit, so I thought I would make one for you. Also, I wanted to let you know that I really enjoy the videos, Jay. Now, I'm not going to give away his whole name, just Jay. Guys, look, see the goosebumps? Seriously, man. I mean, you guys don't know how much that affects me. This means the world to me. But check this out, guys. I'm going to show you this. He made me a Scully pin. Is that not insane? Look at this. And it says, look at that. He literally made me a Scully pin. Seriously, thank you, man. Thank you. This will be on my bench. I will use this on a day-to-day basis now. This is the kind of stuff, guys, when I tell you that I've got the best audience, I'm not joking. You guys are family. You're the best. You really are. Thank you so much for that. That was an unexpected and amazing surprise. It really was. So, yeah, I don't get a lot of stuff that actually comes in like that. So whenever I see packages that come in, it always kind of, you know, it's like, well, I wonder what the heck what this is. But, yeah. All right. Now, I ordered the expensive kit. I don't even know what's in the box per se because I haven't opened it yet. And this has been sitting here since March. Okay, so we're talking about a long time trying to get videos caught up. And you guys know why. Because it's been a pretty crazy, crazy couple of months, I can tell you. All right, so let's crack this open and see what is in our box from Hero. Okay, in the bottom of the box, you guys can see it's just kind of like loosely put in here. So, all right, we've got, wait for it, a bag. Okay. Now that looks, golly, that thing's kind of heavy. That looks like a carrying pouch of some sort, guys, and it's actually pretty heavy. Oh, do you guys remember, okay, you're going to laugh at this. I'm a non-smoker, always have been. However, everybody in my family and my grandparents were also smokers. You guys remember back in the 70s and 80s, and yes, I'm dating myself, shut up. 70s and 80s, those cigarette things where you would pinch them to open them up. Look. You pinch it. That's great. So I'm assuming that's a carrying case for whatever's in that bag. So we're going to find out. All right, we got another box, and this one actually has something on top of it. And another one of the little cool pinchy carry packages. Looks like we have got some targets. Okay, we're going to use these, and I'll explain why when you see what these actually are. So we've got some Hero Defense targets. And that is everything except for a strange orange napkin. No clue. Okay, so let's crack these open and see what they are. All right, package number one. There's something squishy in here too, so let's see what we've got. All right, so this looks like, okay, these, I know what this is. Let me open this up for you so I can show you. These are the reload kits. Now the blue ones, from what I understand, are the practice ones that are going to fire kind of like a gel, like an ink, kind of like the, if you guys remember the JPX, kind of like that. These are the live pepper rounds. Do not aim at eyes of 3 feet or less. Guys, where do we remember seeing that? Remember the JPX video? That's where we saw, you know, I'll throw a link up there for you guys if you haven't seen that video. That thing is ridiculously cool. All right, so we got a practice one and a live kit. Let's see what this looks like here. Those look kind of cool. Very Star Trek-y. Oh, check it out, guys. So this is, oh, sick. Star Trek phaser? Star Trek phaser, for sure. Let's open this thing up and take a look at it here. Oh, man. Dude, talk about some packaging. All right. So we're in its own little case here. And let's see what it looks like. Check that out. All right. So good news. It looks like we get 2 practice gels. Those are the trainers. And we get 1 live. Now, this is, that's light. That literally weighs less than a TV remote control. It really does. In the box, you also get the instruction manual, which we will probably go through, but I think it's probably pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, but it is a little book. It's actually a pretty nice little book. All right. I want to fire this, but we're going to put it all together here in just a, you know what? Let's put it together real quick. Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let me move this stuff off my desk so we can do all this cleanly. Be right back. All right, so let's take a little look around this thing here, guys. I want to show you exactly what this does. So, on the Hero itself, as you guys can see, it's actually it looks kind of like a TV remote control. You never know what it was. Now, on the top here, you've got a little slide. Once you slide this, it allows you to open up the bottom. So the idea is slide and open. See how I did that? So slide and open. That's the idea. Now, the top button, from what I understand, is an alarm. Haven't triggered this yet. So let's see if I don't even know if it's got batteries in it. Let's find out. So I'm going to hit the button. What? Yeah, that's what that is. So the top button's an alarm. Now, from what I understand, the left and right button are to fire the different ones of these cartridges. Now, we're going to go ahead and close this up. So this is what they call safe position right here. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to do is on the front, you've got a little clip here. Grab the clip, open it up, and the whole thing will open up like so. Okay? Now, to load a new cartridge in, we're going to go ahead and we'll use the trainer here. Now, on the cartridges, they've got this little pin to pull the pin, and all you do is set the cartridge in place, just like that, and then close it. Now, that is now effectively ready to fire, just like that. By the way, that does add some, now it feels like a remote control with batteries in it. Yeah, so it's got some actual weight to it now. I'll tell you what we want to do. We're going to test that in a second. Before we do, let's check out what's in the other bag, because we may be taking both of these out there. All right, so as we're opening this, I want to let you know, I did sneak a peek at the instruction manual. It does say that these are firing at 200 feet per second, which explains why they tell you not to fire within 3 feet, because you're going to permanently blind somebody. All right, so the same kit. We're going to get the practice round. There it is. And we're going to get the live on both of these. So we're going to set those aside over here. Developing a cool collection over there. And let's see what this one looks like. Okay, now this looks a little bit different. This has actually got like a silver. Is it silver? Oh, same case. Now, this actually came with a different instruction manual too. That other one didn't have this. Let's see if it is actually different or if it's just the exact same 1 times 2. Like I said, I don't open these guys. I want to do this all together. And it's the exact same one. Okay, so apparently in this kit, you get 2 of them. I did not know that, which is pretty cool. I will have a link to this kit down there in the description, exactly the same place I bought it. So you must get 2 inside there. It is interesting that the quick start guide was not in there though. I thought that was kind of funny. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I wanna go out to the range. I'm gonna set up one of their targets because remember, 3 to 5 meters, right? 9 to 15 feet to be an effective close-up self-defense scenario thing, right? That's what we're looking at, 3 to 5 meters. So I'm gonna set the target up out here real quick and let's see at, we'll say, let's shoot the middle of that. So will they say 5 meters, 15 feet? Let's see what kind of a spread pattern we get. Here we go. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've got our target set up down here. You're a little bit closer than we normally are. And to give you an idea, so the funniest thing is they tell you don't fire within 3 feet of your target, okay? 3 feet is here. Can you imagine hitting somebody in the face from this range? I mean, that's just, that would be brutal. So if we're gonna test at our, we'll go 1, 2, 3. So this is our 9-foot mark, okay? We're gonna see what kind of coverage we're gonna get on it. So as you can see, we're gonna switch this over and slide down. By the way, see how fluid that is, guys? It took me about 2 seconds to get the hang of that. So flip it over, slide down, just like that. All right, alarm. All right, now if you're in a self-defense situation, you might actually start by triggering that alarm because that would definitely be disorienting and it would grab attention of everybody around you. All right, without further ado, glasses on. Let's see what kind of coverage we get at this range. I don't know what to expect. It may do nothing, so let's find out. All right, here we go. All right, so let's take a look at that. Now, I can tell you one thing from firing the first one, okay? All right, so you can see your coverage area was right here. It is accurate to the barrel you're firing, and I'll prove that here in just a second. So, as you can see, it's going to give you a speckle pattern all over your target. It actually went as high as this, and it went as low as here. So that's what, about a 3 foot by 3 foot, so 9 square foot pattern at that range. Now, it's not as powerful as the JPX, but it doesn't need to be, all right? So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to test my theory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim by the barrel now, all right? And we're going to go for the one on the right-hand side. Here we go. And, oh, wait, glasses on. Safety first. Here we go. Okay, you guys see that? Now I'm going to move you up here because it might be kind of hard to see these little speckles here. There you go. Can you see little speckles? Let me turn you up here. There you go, little speckles. Okay, so as you can see, if you fire this, odds are you're going to get an eye shot. It's not as, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as powerful or as bursting as the JPX was, but then again, you're also talking about a price difference in these. So, but at this range, alarm plus trigger plus fire, you're going to get this kind of coverage. Now, one thing I'm curious about, obviously, if you're closer, you're going to get a lot better coverage. I mean, if you're from, 6 feet away, you're going to, well, let's find out. Hold on a minute. Be right back. Okay. I want you to imagine a scenario, okay? You're jogging. This is nice and light, which makes it probably perfect for, carrying with you in a purse or in like a little case or something like that. Somebody comes up behind you. This is a natural motion, and I mean that. It took me a while to get used to it, but then after you get used to it, it's a very natural motion. See that? It really is. All right, so you're jogging, somebody comes up to you, you turn, you're within this distance. Now watch. You get the point? So, from that outside range, you're getting spot coverage, but you are getting coverage. If you're within this range, which is 6.5 feet away, you see the coverage you're getting on that. Now, I still got one more shot, so I tell you what, let's back up just a couple more feet. Right here, so right there where the camera is, we are at 1, 2, 3, 9 feet, okay? Here we go, going for the chest. Dude, that hits the face every single time. So I guess technically I am aiming at the face. It's weird because you kind of got to get used to the angle that your arm is at when you fire it. However, if this were an attacker, game's over. That's everywhere. Now, I read the chemical composition that they've got. They are PAVA and OC in combination. It's nasty. It's gel, and it's got a marking die in it. So the red ones have got a marking die. So once you hit the guy, not only are you going to blind him and put him down, but it's going to have the added benefit of, gee, it was the guy that's covered in red that attacked me. So it's going to be really good for the police to be able to identify the target. Now, once you've fired the 2 rounds, guys, I want to show you something cool. I'm going to open this back up, all right? Check it out. It cleanly fires all of the blues out of there, all of it. Isn't that neat? I mean, it seriously does. And I can't tell, it looks like this is a spring-loaded mechanism that is actually pushing a pneumatic cylinder right there. And it wouldn't have to push much pressure in there to actually fire that stuff out. But you get the idea, it's really cool, which means that unlike some of the other launchers, like the JPX that use a percussion cap, this doesn't use any kind of a cap or anything like that, which means that this falls right into the realm of anybody can have it, anybody can carry it. Pretty cool. All right, let's go back into the studio. I want to tell you a little bit more I figured out about this little thing. Here we go. So guys, let me tell you something about when you're in the world of less than lethal self-defense, all right, this boils down to a couple of things, all right? You can be a melee combat fighter, fantastic, but I can tell you from practical experience that 95% of the fights you're ever going to get in are going to end up on the ground, which means that your best form of defense is distance. You want range from your target. Your second best form of defense is being able to disable your target. Now, we're talking about non-lethal here, guys, okay? To disable your target, to give you time to get away, or to get to a cop, or to get to a phone, or whatever, to give you time to escape the situation, to extract yourself from it, and leave them incapacitated so that you can get away. That's the idea. This is an item like that. Now, given the way it's built, there is one neat thing about this. There's very little that can go wrong. I mean, very little. Guys, we were looking at that blue. See that blue stuff there? Look how it's, you can see how it's like congealed and stuck around the edges. Do you see that? And yet, after you fire it, it is super, super, super clean. Now, here's another thing I noticed. If you look at the red, it's full. I mean, full. The entire dang thing is full. The practice ones are not full. There's just a little in there. I want you to do the math on that. You saw the coverage when we were firing at 6 feet. It literally covers the whole face. This is, at minimum, 10 times the volume that's going to be coming out the same way on the live rounds. And no, smarty pants, I am not going to go shoot myself with one of these. Or anybody else. That would be rude. But you get the idea. This was a tester. You saw what it did. This is full volume. I don't even want to know. I mean, that's just brutal. For the money, I think they're definitely worth it. They've got a use. Because of their unique shape and size, I think that they definitely have a use, either a carry case, something like this, or maybe even a holster, maybe a belly band just to keep in there as a side. And they would be practical in situations like that. Trigger that alarm, and then fire your launcher. By the way, one of the things that's kind of cool in this is I did notice it's got watch batteries, and I'll show you that real quick, that drive. So I'm going to crack it open. See those batteries right there? Those batteries right there are what's driving that alarm. And if you think it's annoying on the camera, you ought to hear it over here. Yeah. So if that ever goes dead, you can actually remove those 3 screws to change those watch batteries, which is actually kind of nice too. But other than that, guys, there's very little to this. There's nothing to go wrong, nothing to jam, nothing to break. It just is what it is. It just works. I mean, it's pretty practical. This will go down as a win. I can see myself at some point in the future, if I can ever get them to actually respond to emails, I can see us actually carrying these in the shop as an alternative for people because there is a use for it. I can actually see that. And I like the fact that they give you 2. So you buy the kit, you end up getting 2 of these, 4 testers, which is really cool, and you end up getting 2 of the live rounds as well. So that actually is really cool. In fact, I got to remember which one of these. That one's still live. See? Look at that. Very little blue in there, right? Totally clean after firing it. So you can see that piston shoves that stuff down in there quick, but it doesn't have near the volume of that live round. I mean, not even near it. So when you are putting these in, guys, I do want to show you one thing. When you seat them into the arrow, there's a little tab right here. You pull that tab out and then seat it into the launcher. This is basically just blocking those pins from firing. It's another safety mechanism for shipping. So put it in, pull the pin, you're ready to go. That simple. Man, I love this industry. I really do. the technology has gotten so good. They actually have another launcher too that looks kind of like a Kimber, and I will be bringing in a few more of those. I want to do one test with a bunch of them. And then it occurred to me that you guys might actually be interested in seeing videos less than lethal self-defense on a budget. You know, if you've got a budget of 20, 30, 50 bucks, what do you do? You know, if you got a budget of $300, what do you do? If you got a budget of $1,000, what do you do? So I'm thinking what we may do is do a breakdown video on each one of those amounts. Do me a favor, and in the comments down there, let me know what kind of range as far as pricing interests you guys. Because as we all know, quality does come with a price. It always does, because when you get into Paradigm and you get into Grimberg or even Byrna, the prices get up there. But you do pay for the quality. That does not mean that you cannot receive quality at a lower cost. So let me know what kind of price range you want me to look into for you, and I'll see if I can get something put together for that. Have a fantastic week, guys. Yes, I did shoot this video for you on my day off. You're welcome. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.